Hey folks, this is Ben Yessel. How's it going? Just kind of walking around here a little bit. I have something definitely in my mind here I want to talk to you guys about. Definitely. And I'm going to mention this again in case anybody's going to be hassling me about this stuff. I really hate politics. Sincerely, honestly hate it. Not that I hate people. I think it's wonderful people go into political science. They want to change things for the better. That's great. But I hate national politics. I hate it because it's so corrupt and evil. What am I talking about? Well, let's get into it. So, I mentioned this before. I know the economy's been great under Trump. We're going to keep saying that and we're putting America first. All that stuff. Well, I've been watching both Ben Shapiro and also, I think, what was her name? Mary Trump. Trump's niece. But I don't, it's probably a gazillion others that you could watch. It's just a question of putting all of the time you put into this stuff. I always, I always, I've never trusted the man. For one, I've never trusted him. I don't respect him morally either. So if you don't trust someone, you don't respect them, why would you vote for them? I didn't vote for Trump. I've never voted for Trump. I voted for Evan McMullin last election. So just like with Al Gore and George W. Bush, Gush and Bohr. No, Al Gore actually is a decent guy. He really is. I don't know. I've learned so many other things about Bush, especially after he was the president. In addition to the skull and bones thing, but guys, if any of you guys are inclined to think this way, you need to stop buying the rhetoric. Talk is cheap, man. Talk has always been cheap. Why do people hate lawyers, or why are there so many lawyer jokes? Not that lawyers should be hated, because they still, I think, do a great service. Just, sure. And some lawyers are amazing. It's not always about the profession. It's because we're talking about an arena of work and of endeavors where it's very much, law. Laws are written down. They have to do with words and meanings of words. If you're trying to establish what is legal, so what is the law in any country? And if you break it, you go to jail or you pay a fine or whatever it is. If you're trying to establish that stuff, obviously we don't establish what laws are via using math, although math can be involved, numbers certainly are involved. It's a lot more about words and meanings of words. And words, as we know, can change their meaning over time. And this is why people have an issue with English versus things like math. And people, when they are talking on so many levels, can be so dishonest, deceptive, equivocated. Yeah. Sorry about the phone call. That happens all the time. I'm going to go a different area here. Guys, I'm not saying you have to be a conspiracy theorist. I'm not saying you have to agree with me. What I'm saying, I've never believed that. You could be the most liberal Democrat I know, and we're totally cool, as long as you are kind of paying attention to I don't know. The big things, I think we can all agree that murder is evil. I mean, I'm talking about cold-blooded murder here, folks. That's wrong. It's evil. It is evil when somebody rationalizes their own evils. That's wrong. It's never been right. Oh, but Trump is this or that, or this or that. Oh, but he's the better choice than Biden. Yeah. Should I go into what President Trump's niece was talking about, or what Ben Shapiro was talking about? No, you guys can look it up if you want to. I don't really want to get into it. It just confirmed. It confirmed for myself what I've always sensed about Trump. It was just every single thing that was said by Mary. I think her name was Mary Trump. Every single thing she said confirmed what I already knew about the man. Look, Trump rationalizes everything he does. He cannot. But this is more of a foible that is, I suppose, not as villainous, right? Oh yeah, he's comically. His responses on Twitter to stuff is just stupid. It's childish. We all know that. So you can say you don't respect the man because of this stuff, but it's not quite on the same level as the other things that I've heard about Trump. I suppose I could say I know, because if you sense it internally and you hear it, and what you know internally is repeated by others, yeah, there's something definitely to that. Trump is a womanizer, folks. A womanizer. No different than Clinton there. Clinton's been accused of far worse things, I suppose, but what else has Trump done that we don't know about? Is he indeed just like Biff Tannen? If he is, do we want him to be president? We both elected for president. Or do bullies make good leaders? I'm letting you guys put my hand out there. It depends on what you think a good leader is. Who am I voting for? At this point, neither candidate. Am I then voting for Trump because I'm not voting for Biden? No. You only vote for someone that you want to vote for. If you're not fully behind somebody that you're voting for, why are you voting for him? It's like, again, it's just this nonsense, this two-party nonsense. It's Illuminati crap. Believe me, I want to believe the best in Trump because I wanted to believe I'm a conservative Republican, whatever, at least conservative. I can't ignore this stuff, though. You just can't brush it under the rug. Trump is not a family man. That whole family value stuff he tried, no, that's not Trump at all. That is not Trump. That's Mitt Romney. That's not Trump. He is not a good business leader. He's just a bully. He got money from his dad. I don't know. Most of the businesses he started have failed. The only reason he has money is because of real estate. And he was born into wealth. That's Trump, folks. Doesn't matter what time he wakes up. Doesn't matter supposedly how hard he works. I don't respect the man. If I can't respect him, I'm not voting for him. It's okay if you want to vote for him. It's okay if you're upset with this video. That's totally okay. I would assume that this is you're probably upset by what I'm saying rather than me as a person. If you're really loyal to Trump, you're probably loyal to more what he's saying rather than who he is, though. That's not who he is. Of course, Trump, just like every other politician, knows what to say, so he'll be elected. This is how politics work. At least in modern times, at least in the United States, and every part of me is not wanting politics to be that way. Because that's the reason. Because politics is that way. That's why I hate politics. It's the same deal with every other person I know, whether they're conservative or liberal. They're all saying this good stuff. We never get people in national government that we want elected. Why? You guys know why. The Illuminati own the press. They always back up the most corrupt people. There's so many ways to do that too. So many ways. And you don't need to mention Dan Quayle. Dan Quayle is a lot more intelligent than a lot of people realize. He's not as trained. He wasn't as trained to be in front of the camera as Bush is. It's so evil and insidious what the Illuminati's doing. I heard on tape some stuff that Quayle talked about. Quayle is a great guy. He was only vice president. Mike Pence, I'm sure he's a decent guy as far as I know. I don't know. Oftentimes vice presidents are better men than the president, who is often very corrupt. Was Reagan corrupt? No. In my opinion, he was morally a good guy. He was probably pressured to do many things that he didn't want to do, but we all know that he was shot at. Someone tried to shoot him once. Kennedy got the big one. And Kennedy was very, very sexually immoral. But Kennedy also had other sides to him that were better, were definitely much more just. And Kennedy liked our church. He liked my church. I'm sure there are many good things about Kennedy. So I really don't enjoy finding fault with anybody, but I certainly don't like to find fault with Kennedy because I really like him in many other respects. Bill Clinton I don't like. I've never liked Bill Clinton. He's a scuzzy slime bag. I hope this is sinking in. It's just, I don't want people to vote on party lines. It's stupid. It's ridiculous. People need to stop doing this stuff. They need to start taking what everybody's been saying for a long time. Bill Cooper, can't remember his name, something Todd. Everybody has talked about the Illuminati and the Bohemian Grove and all this stuff. They need to take it seriously. We need to take it seriously. It's real. It's true. It's not fake. It's real. It's so real, folks. It is so real. But hey, some people continue to talk about things like Democrats versus Republicans and conservatives versus liberals. It's just, it's just stupid. It's stupid. It's a stupid way of being. It's very short-sighted. But if it's not stupid and short-sighted, it's just a traditional way of thinking that it's just not the way things really are, folks. Believe me, I would love to believe that things are just, you have the executive branch, the legislative branch, the judicial branch. They have all their proper powers and, all this veto stuff and everything we're taught in school. And the president is just like us. He's just a good leader. Thumbs up. Yep. With every part of my being. I would love to go back to that way of thinking. If it was true, folks. If it was true. Leave me your thoughts and comments below. Catch you guys later. Take care. Bye.